by a transversal. A transversal is a line that's going to intersect two or more lines. So here, I'm going to call it line T. My line T is the transversal because it intersects both line L and M. In this case, the transversal is going to create these 8 angles, and they are going to have special relationships within each other. There are 5 special relationships with the transversal. Now, we always also have to remember about vertical angles, which are across the vertex from each other. So, for example, angle 1 and 4 are vertical angles, 3 and 2 are vertical angles. Angle 5 and angle 8 are vertical angles, and 7 and 6 are vertical angles. And vertical angles will always be congruent. We also have linear pairs, 2 angles that make a line. Angle 1 and angle 2 make a line. Angle 2 and angle 4, 4 and 3, angle 3 and angle 1. And same down here. So we have those 2 relationships as well as others. The first relationship we're going to talk about are what we call corresponding angles. So we have what's called corresponding angles. Now, corresponding angles are angles that are in the same position. So if I was to take this line L and place it on this line M, we would see that angle 1 would fall on angle 5. So angle 1 and angle 5 would be what we call corresponding. We would see angle 3 falls on angle 7. So angle 3, angle 7, corresponding. Angle 2 and angle 6 would be corresponding, as well as angle 4 and angle 8. All of the other angles are going to talk about their positioning in this diagram. So if I'm thinking of the angle relationships in terms of inside and outside, known as interior and exterior angles. Interior means in between the 2 lines. So this would be my interior piece, and these would be my interior angles. So we have 2 different types of interior angles. We have alternate interior angles, which we'll abbreviate AIA. So they're on the inside, on opposite sides of the transversal. So we would have angle 3 with angle 6 and angle 4 with angle 5. We also, though, have same side interior angles. And I'm going to name these SSI, same side interior. You may hear them as consecutive interior, but I like using same side as they are on the same side of my transversal, such as angle 3 and angle 5, and angle 4 and angle 6. So those are my types of interior angles. Same idea, but we could think of it now with our exterior angles, which would be then on the outside. So these 2 are exterior angles, angle 1 and 2, as well as 7 and 8. So my exterior angles, we have alternate exterior angles, which would be 1 and 8. They're on the outside, the exterior, and opposite sides of the transversal, and angle 2 and angle 7. And then just like same side interior, we have same side exterior, like 1 and 7 and 2 and 8. So these are types of angles that get formed by a transversal. Now we also have to watch out for in case we have to look at this in a different orientation. So if I just rotated my diagram, I would then have to think of the interior in between these 2 lines. This would be my interior angles, and then my exterior on the outside. And we could even always draw in more lines, more transversals. So now I would have, in this case, if I put in some angles, like angle 1 here, let's do 1 and angle 2. If I had these 2 pieces, these angles, well, they'd be vertical. But if I was looking at this angle here, I would have to ignore this piece of my diagram and say, okay, these 2 angles fall in between these lines. So here would be my interior, and my transversal would be this L line, because both of these angles would then fall on angle L, or line L, and creating those 2 angles. And they're on the inside, on the same side, so they would be considered same side interior angles here.